Welcome, everyone. My name is Lindsey, and we have a Yin Yoga practice today that will focus on the Chinese medicine meridians of the gallbladder and the liver. So it's said that a Yin practice based around the gallbladder and the liver can help enhance a greater sense of identity, purpose, and talent. It supports our spiritual strength as we start to move into our manifest reality. So really empowering, and we can kind of focus on the idea of listening to our intuition or our foresight. You might find that decision making is a little clearer. It also opens up channels for self-compassion and that idea of forgiveness of self as well as others. So thanks for being here. Props today that you might enjoy using, you might find that you don't need them, are a strap and a block. I'll show options with and without those props. So we will begin our practice in a reclined half warrior or a Supta Ardha Virasana. So if you're feeling a little tight into the legs or you've got some knee sensitivity, a block is fantastic here. You can sit yourself up on a block and we'll tuck the right knee down towards the ground, pulling that right heel back towards the sitting bone. And the left leg is extended out. So this is one way that you can practice this, sitting up on a block. You can take it on the low or the medium setting. The next step, if the knee is feeling comfortable for this, is to sit down on the hips with the heel out towards the outside of that right. To get even deeper into this posture, scoot myself down, is to slowly lower yourself down to recline on your back. So again, these are all wonderful options, just depending on where you are today. So an even deeper variation, if you are able to make it down onto your back, is to grab opposite elbows up overhead. So we'll take 3 minutes per side. If at any point during this you feel pain in your knee, take a previous mentioned variation or skip this posture. We do want to feel pretty intense sensation in our Yin practice. It's best to practice Yin maybe once a week or every other day. Don't practice every day. It gets really deep into the joints. It's also best to practice early in the morning or later in the evening when the body is cool, kind of rested. That way the muscles aren't overstretching. We want to create a little bit of compression and stretch in the cartilage and ligaments, but we don't need muscles to be nice and warmed up in order to get deeper in. So allow the breath to move steady in and out. Noticing where you are experiencing sensation. And if there is an aspect of self-compassion, forgiveness, clarity, insights that really resonated with you today, I invite you to create a dedication or an intention based around that. So we can use positive language in the present tense. A statement like I am or it is. For example, I listen to my intuition, and I forgive myself as I make missteps on my path. Or I radiate self-compassion and compassion towards others. Keeping that dedication or intention in mind, take a nice big deep inhale. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands back down by the side if you're in that reclined position and slowly help lift the torso back up. We're going to extend that right leg back out and switch sides. So if you're up on the block, you can just extend that right leg out. We'll bend the left knee. Tuck the heel over by the sitting bones, not under the sitting bones. And depending on the variation that you're going for, either sitting up on the block, sitting up straight, or reclining down, I'm going to make your way into your Ardha Virasana, either the supine version where you're laying down or seated. Good. Taking your time here. Again, maybe choosing to extend the arms up overhead. 3 more minutes on this side. Bring your mind back to your intention or your dedication. Maybe if it hadn't quite settled on a statement yet, you can kind of refine that dedication. And when you have it, repeat it to yourself 3 times mentally. One more minute here. Noticing that sensation in the left side, and just noticing how maybe it compared to the other side. Fantastic. One more nice, slow, deep breath here. Again, bring the hands down by the sides and help press ourselves up. Extends the left leg out. Lengthening the legs out. We'll make our way again down onto our back. Moving into our banana shaped pose, or banana asana as it's sometimes called. We'll start to walk the feet over to the right side of the mat and extend the arms up overhead. Bring the arms over towards the right side of the mat. Feel the shoulders ground down into the floor. Keep the legs moving towards the right, the arms moving towards the right. That nice deep stretch in through the left side of the body. Take a nice slow deep inhale here. And exhale completely. Feeling the breath move in and out. We'll take a total of 2 minutes per side, stretching into the side body. Notice here where you experience sensation. See if you can bring the arms and legs just a little farther over to the right side for our final minute here. Fantastic. Start to release the arms and legs back to center. Roll out the wrists, roll out the ankles. And then we'll switch sides. Bring the legs over to the left side of the mat. And bring the arms over to the left side of the mat. Grab onto that right wrist. Feel where you are experiencing this stretch. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Maybe again, bringing the minds back to your dedication or intention. See if you can walk the feet and the hands over just a little bit more for our final minute here. Wonderful. Start to release the hands and the legs back through center. Again, rolling out the wrists, rolling out the ankles. We'll bend the knees and plant the feet. Taking a few breaths here in our supported rest. Nice, slow, deep round of breath. Just feeling the sensation into the lower back, along the spine, into the legs, wherever it is that you're experiencing. Great. We'll roll over the legs. And help ourselves up. Coming to sit in a wide-legged position. So opening the legs up into a big V shape. We'll move some of the meat from underneath the sitting bones. Drawing ourselves up nice and tall through the spine. I'm going to start to walk the hands down, forward, in between the two legs. I'm going to come to rest in a forward fold between the two legs. We'll take 1 minute in the middle, and then 1 minute at each side. Allow the head to hang heavy here. Breathe nice and deep into the back body. Allow yourself a little softness in the mind, opening up some space to allow that intuition and that foresight to enter in. Helping pave the way for this clear decision making. Just starting to remove those obstacles between you and your manifest reality. Okay, we're going to stay low here. If you've got your strap nearby, this might be a fun thing to bring with you, or a helpful tool to bring with you. We're going to walk the hands over towards the left leg. So we're staying low, walking the arms over towards that left leg. And you can bring the strap to the bottom of that left foot. We'll just use this strap to help lengthen and get ourselves a little closer towards that left leg, just getting a little deeper into this yin posture. Taking 1 minute here. You might find that, you need the strap, you want the strap, you don't need the strap, you don't want the strap, wherever it is. Your posture might look more like this. It's all good. Take 2 more deep rounds of breath here, just noticing where you are experiencing sensation. And we'll start to release this left leg. Stay nice and low. Walk yourself all the way over to the right side. So again, you might choose to use the strap around the right foot. You might find that you also don't need it, don't want it, whatever it is. Give yourself a moment here to settle in, sinking down. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe even close the eyes. You could focus, turning the closed eyes gaze to the third eye, the place between the eyebrows or the center of the forehead. Starting to release this posture, taking the strap from around the foot, walking yourself back through center. We'll draw the belly in and begin to round ourselves all the way back up. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down, lengthening through the spine, and bring the legs back together. The roll of the shoulders again, forward, up, back and down. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Beautiful. Bend the left knee, pull the sole of the left foot in towards the right thigh. Open the knee out towards the left. Flex the right toes up towards the sky. This is another posture where the strap might be helpful. Bringing the strap around that right foot. We'll lengthen the spine, grow a little taller, get the collarbones to shine over that right leg. And taking an exhale, begin to walk the hands along the strap, hinge forward from the hips, and soften and round the torso over that right leg. Let the head be nice and heavy here again. Maybe again, closing the eyes. We'll spend about 2 minutes in this posture. So allow yourself to feel the sensations of this posture without a judgment of goodness or badness, just noticing what there is. Or maybe closing the eyes and turning the gaze inward again to that third eye point, placed in the center of the forehead. Starting to open up more pathways for your foresight. Starting to release ourselves out of this posture, relaxing the strap, slowly help yourself all the way back up. We'll extend the left leg out, nice and long. And bend that right knee, pull the sole of the right foot in towards the left thigh. Taking the strap, place it at the bottom of the left foot. Lengthen the spine, angle the collarbones over the left leg. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips, walking the hands forward on the strap, and then finally rounding yourself down over the leg. Taking some time here, breathing into the back of the body. Letting the head hang nice and heavy. Notice if there's any gripping through the legs. Take 2 more nice, slow, deep breaths in and out. the bottom of your second exhale, draw the belly in and slowly start to help yourself rise back up. Releasing the strap off to the side. Extend both legs out again in front of you. Hands come down by the hips, lengthen through the spine. Take a moment here to reset. Fantastic. We'll bend the knees, roll over the legs, and come into our tabletop position. We'll spend a moment here in our cat-cow, getting some movement into the spine. So as you inhale, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone towards the sky, lift the gaze up. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the back, gaze towards the navel. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, point the tailbone. Exhale to round. Inhale, lift up, lift up. Exhale to round. Starting to pause that movement, coming back into our table. We're going to take our next posture as pigeon or swan pose. So a block might be handy here if you're feeling a little tight in through the hips today. So tucking the toes back behind you, push the hips up towards the sky. Lift the left heel up towards the ceiling. I'm going to draw that left knee in towards the chest and plant that left foot over by the right wrist. So it's just on the other side of that. Heel toe it over there towards the right side just a little bit more. And we're going to lower the left knee down towards the mat. Lower the back heel, the back knee, the right knee down towards the floor as well. Straighten out that right leg. So this might be where the block can be handy here underneath that left hip, supporting us as we kind of settle into this posture. So that might be an option for you, is keeping the hip supported on that block. Or if you feel that you don't need the block, you can come to rest fully with that leg and hip resting on the floor. So there is the upright version of this posture, pushing into the palms, lifting the chest up. Or you can take the sleeping swan, lowering the torso down, letting the head be nice. Breathing nice and slow. Feeling the shape as we rest here for the next 2 minutes. Maybe coming back to your intention or your dedication. Start to make our way out of this posture. Pressing into the palms. Help lift that left hip up off the ground and bring the left knee back with the right. Settling back into our tabletop position, just taking a moment here. Fantastic. Feeling the two sides. Great. Tuck the toes again back behind you. With your next exhale, push the hips again up towards the sky. Lift the right heel up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, draw that right knee in towards the chest. Plant the right foot over by the left ankle. And slowly lower the right knee down towards the right side of the mat. Lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes. And again, you might find that you'd like to use this block underneath the right hip. You can bring it there if you're using that. Why not? Again, you have the upright pigeon posture or swan pose. Or if you prefer, you can lower yourself down to the forearms or maybe rest the head. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Notice where the mind goes when we are in stillness in the body. Can the mind also stay calm and still? Or does it become more active? And we start to observe the fluctuations of the mind and just watch without judgment. The inner workings. And as we slow the mind, we might find that there's more space for that foresight. Our decision-making process might feel clearer because we're not distracted. We can offer ourselves self-compassion when we do feel that we make mistakes. And that self-compassion and forgiveness, we can radiate that out to those around us. Finding more forgiveness in our hearts for other people. We'll start to make our way out of this posture. Pressing into the palms. Start to lift the hips up towards the sky. Bring that right knee back with the left. This time we're going to rock back into child's pose, bringing the hips and the heels towards each other at the back of the mat. Nice, slow, deep breath here. We'll just take a moment to rest in our child's pose. The hands can extend out in front of you if you like. Maybe they fold together and create a pillow for the head. Or maybe they reach back towards the toes, giving a nice little ball shape. Excellent. Pressing into the palms, slowly help yourself rise back up. We'll come to our seats, making our way into a bound angle pose. We'll draw the soles of the feet together, scooching the meat from underneath the sitting bones. Pulling the heels in, maybe just a little bit closer. Grabbing onto the toe area, lengthen through the spine here. Feel nice and tall. Take an inhale. Now, as you exhale, start to round down over the legs. Use the elbows to help press the knees out towards the side. Let the head hang heavy. 2 minutes in our bound angle pose. Feel the breath as it enters in through the nose. And as you inhale, see if you can follow that breath just with your mind's eye. Imagining it entering in through the nose, going down the back of the body towards the hips, all the way down to the sitting bones. And the exhale pulls that air up from the sitting bones all the way back along the back and out again through the nostrils, running on parallel sides of the spine from the nostrils down to the sitting bones and back up again. Take one more nice, slow, deep breath here. Breathing all the way down to the sitting bones. And exhaling again, nice and slow, along the length of the spine. Draw the belly in, press into the palms. Slowly lift yourself all the way back up through seated. Wonderful. I'm going to bring the legs together. And we'll make our way down onto our back. We'll take a reclined or a supine bound angle pose. So with the feet fairly close to the heels, lying down on our back, we'll open again the knees out towards the sides. Spending just 1 minute here in this posture. Now as we rest here, maybe breathing into your heart center. You might place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Breathing into our intuitive centers. That area of knowing from the gut. And the area of deep feelings.
Fantastic. We'll bring the hands down towards the outer thighs and slowly again bring the knees towards each other. I'm going to take the left leg and cross it nice and tight over the right. So the knees are almost stacked with each other. Opening the arms up into cactus arms or airplane wings. Slowly take both knees over to the right side of the mat. So we get a nice deep crossing in the legs as we twist them over towards the right side. Keep the shoulders planted here. We'll take 2 minutes in this posture. You might choose to bring the gaze over towards the left shoulder just to complete that twist. We'll bring the gaze back up towards the sky. Slowly lift the knees again, back up towards the ceiling. Uncross the left leg. And switch sides. Bring the right knee over the left. And slowly lower both knees over towards the left side of the mat. You might choose to bring the gaze over the right shoulder again. start to make our way out of this posture. Slowly lifting the knees again back up towards the sky. Unwinding the legs. We'll draw the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug. Squeezing the knees in, maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Relaxing, releasing the hips. We'll start to make our way into Shavasana, releasing the legs out, lengthen them out, down to the bottom of the mat. Let the toes fall out towards the outer edges. Maybe a gentle tucking of the tailbone to get the sacrum resting a little more on the floor, towards the floor. Hands come down by the hips, palms face the sky. A little broadness of the collarbones here, maybe tucking the shoulders underneath you. Lengthening the back of the neck out with a gentle tucking of the chin towards the chest. Allow yourself to rest here in our Shavasana. You're feeling the subtle sensations of the body as blood flow moves to the areas that we've compressed and stretched. You're feeling in the spaciousness of the mind that has been created. Slowly bring a little bit of movement back into the fingers and the toes. Rolling out the ankles and the wrists. Take a nice deep inhale, stretching the arms up overhead. Pointing the toes towards the short edge of the mat. We'll draw the knees back into our chest, giving ourselves that nice big hug again. And begin to make your way over onto your side body. Resting in a fetal position. And here, maybe offering yourself some words of gratitude or of forgiveness, just feeling self-compassion. As you're ready, slowly, gently helping yourself rise back up into a comfortable seated posture. Eyes can stay closed or the gaze softly lowered. We'll take an inhale together, lifting the arms up overhead. And exhale to draw the hands down through heart center. May our practice be of benefit to all beings. Thank you and namaste.